Here's what your parts should look like. This part here, or your Z-axis. This is your motor. Going to basically drive the spindle head. Is the milling table. The first part of the assembly is going to be taking your Z-axis, wiping it clean. It's real important that there's no dirt or any debris on there. Next, you're going to want to wipe off the mating surface on the table. Carefully line up the Z-axis with the table. Be very careful to make sure that both of the seating surfaces are in complete contact. Don't want any gaps like what you see here. It should look like this. Next, grab the large black nut and the washer. Be careful to note the ridge on one side of the black nut. Place the nut and the washer on the bolt on the back side of the Z-axis, just like you see here, and snug it up. Just enough so that the Z-axis does not rotate unless it's gently pushed. For this next part, we're going to use a machinist square to square our spindle with the milling table. How we're going to do that is like this. You take your machinist square, place the square against the black part of the spindle like you see here. What we're looking for is to make sure that we have good contact with the table and with the spindle. Once we've got it squared up in this manner, we're going to put a wrench on the black nut on the back side of the Z-axis and gently and carefully snug it up, making sure that everything stays square during the whole process. Now that we have the spindle squared with the table, this would be a good time to apply a little general lubricant, some sort of good motor oil. Taig, recommend Mobile 1. I find a syringe is a very good way to put oil right where you want it. Areas that you will want to lubricate. All along the lead screws on all three axes. The channels here. And the brass gib. If you lift the way cover on the y-axis, you can do the same thing, applying a little bit of oil to the lead screw and to the areas here and here. It is highly recommended that you oil your machine frequently.